We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Drug Wars Recap. My name is Trevor, as you all probably know, and wherever you join us from, whether you might be in your car, stuck in traffic, you might be in your bed with your earpods in, trying not to disturb your partner, or you might be trapped somewhere deep in the metaverse, it's time to have a look at what went down in the last 24 hours on Drug Wars and what might be coming up over the next 24. And let me tell you, it's been a pretty exciting and pretty eventful 24 hours. So we're going to get into it with our famed, fabled, and much-loved Drug Overlords. Please welcome to the show. First up, Mr. Arlo Eisenberg. Welcome to the show, sir.
Wait, does that mean you're going to bring up also, and you're bringing us up in order?
Yeah, I'll bring you up in order. So how was my intro? Did that go okay? Did you like my little treat?
Yeah, it was brilliant. My favorite part was when you said, and first up. I feel like in your mind there's some kind of ranking going on. I'll take it, whatever. Yeah, no, it was awesome. I love the Iron Maiden too.
Yeah, I had to get that in there somewhere. It was vital. I wouldn't have been able to forgive myself if we went right through this entire campaign without hearing that track at least once. It may feature again. It may or may not feature again. All right, coming up next, we have our secondary and primary and other area drug overlord, Mr. Brooke Howard Smith. Welcome to the show, sir.
Arlo's just getting used to this.
The Howard Smith in the wild. In his natural habitat.
You'll have to forgive Arlo, Trevor. He's new to show business. He's just learning about how you build up to a headliner. He's learning. It's so difficult. Years and years of training. Hey guys, last night was spicy. That's the way to describe my evening last night. I got home about 4 hours ago. It probably shows. And this is the measure of my night. This is a half-eaten fillet of fish that I didn't quite get through last night. That is now my sustenance. That will drive the show ad infinitum. Look what a glorious day it is here in Auckland, New Zealand, guys. It's a spring day. I've got a neighbor who's skill soaring 2 doors down. Excuse me.
That'll be an interesting soundtrack. And
can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
I've got a weird lag going on.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That's because we're broadcasting from New Zealand. Brooke and I are in New Zealand, and we've got to catch you in the States, you see. Right. I just want to make sure that everybody watching is 100% clear on the fact that this is not brought to you by one of the big 4 fast food joints, and that is simply a unendorsed plug there from.
Oh no, this is product placement. These guys are shilling cash at me like you wouldn't believe. No, yeah, you need to up your game, Trevor. You guys don't have sponsors.
We don't have sponsors,
company, by the way, guys. Channels are the New Zealand version. Oh, he's gone. Hang
on. If you're going to do the plug here, let me show you the plug. Here you go. Ready? Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, golden jandals are the first jandals made to not blow out. Now, what's a jandal? I hear you say. If you're not from New Zealand, a jandal is a flip-flop. A thong, if you're in Australia. By the way, Australians, that is not a thong. Stop calling them thongs. What's wrong with you? So Goldens have the bread clip already built into the jandal. I'm not wearing any. It's kind of a shoeless morning for me. You can come back in, Trevor, now, as I just mentioned. It was the Remix is a big fashion magazine. And last night I got fashionista, got dressed up, went to a party. A lot of young people doing crazy stuff. And yeah, anyway, so thank you again to I'm loving this.
Disgusting.
I'm loving this breakfast. What's that?
The sponsors of the show.
Dude, oh my God. You are eating with your bare feet out there in plain sight. How do you get the food down? Oh my God. How about a little bit of a heads up next time you're gonna put those things on camera? What if we're out here eating? Right?
We've ticked so many boxes already on the show. We've ticked so many boxes already on the show. We've got ASMR with Brooks Fish and Chips for breakfast, and we've satisfied the foot fetishists in the audience with a quick reveal. That was unexpected.
My wife has there's a foot fan club for my wife. There's like a page you can find, and people taking photos of her feet. She's not taking them herself. If someone takes a photo and her feet are in there, they put them on the site. Weird,
We'll
right?
post the link in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not something I think we should endorse. Is the weird and wonderful intricacies of strange fetish people.
We should have discussed this before the thing because I believe it's something we should definitely endorse. Okay, right onto the
All right, we're here to fetishes that we could go down a rabbit hole there. So, in order to kick us off, I think we should bring up the previous battles that have just concluded and have a really quick revision of who fought yesterday, and then we can get into who won and who didn't win, and lots of interesting stuff on the show. So here we go. Yesterday's battles look like this. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Oh, is that right? That is right.
Yep.
Very good. Slick production here. So yes, yesterday we had the following battles fought. The Johnniest took on Kill Pills. Airless Glory Limited took on Rare Bands. Love Taker and Heartbreaker took on the floor-swept Sicarios. The Gold Throne Queen took on Freed from Addiction. So, and I got to say, I don't know how you gentlemen feel about this, but I got to say that the propaganda and the general activity in Discord and the general activity online has stepped up a notch from 48 hours ago when the first battle was underway. So it feels like this thing's gathering momentum.
Yeah. Round one was kind of stretching it out a little bit of Pilates before the main event, and just kind of like people were like just giving it this, and then it feels like people are genuinely getting into it. And I hope they keep it calm. I mean, and get feisty, but don't go too crazy. But boy, they were kind of winding it up yesterday.
There was this this first battle in particular was definitely two creative powerhouses going head to head, and it showed in the propaganda. And I don't want to I want to preface this next little reveal or showcase with the idea that I'm not particularly showing favoritism to any one team here. I just wanted to give everybody in the audience a little shot, in case you missed it, of some of the propaganda that went down between the Johnniest and the Kill Pills team. So here we go. Here was the first shots fired from Kill Pills. Let's have a look at it. Oh.
Very cool.
Amazing, right? That's
so sick, and it's so cool
serious.
that in this matchup, right, the two people are facing each other, and I think they're both already docs, right? Did she put her name on that?
She did, yeah.
There?
We can dox these two.
Lady Hayes and Acro, but they're both like experts at taking the drug receipts art and manipulating it and coming up with custom variations. You saw it on display there. Really intense matchup.
So when she threw that shot down, there was no way Acro was going to take that kind of level of attack without a response. And so he put this together, and it's a pretty impressive response. Let's take a look.
I ain't got time for your crazy rap. In these speakers, man, big ones.
It's so good.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
It's so good.
Unbelievable.
Well,
Huh?
unbelievable.
That's gnarly.
Man.
And so they're what's your name, Brooke? There were rollerblading references in there. So Acro had like repurposed the characters, or he named them after or inspired by some rollerbladers. Did you catch them?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the Johnniest is the Johnniest, right? I just saw the
So
Johnniest.
that's Rawlinson. So
Yeah,
he's
that's
right.
true.
He's
Oh,
referenced
so you wanted me to go through them? Do you want to go through them for me?
I think Randy Spicer, right, is
Yes,
one of them that was referenced in there. Richard Johnson,
Yep.
Rawlinson Rivera, Bravado, whatever it is, Rivera. And I think there's another one that I'm missing or forgetting.
Well, there is.
Really
Bon Splicely.
Sorry, I'll just an update. There's
Oh yeah,
four in every
nice.
team.
Of course. How can I forget? Yeah, cool.
Of those four people, Rashad Johnson is easily my favorite. As a human being, everything. Skater, not just because he's clearly in the chat right now.
I was going to say that. Nicely's there too.
Okay, yeah. So the first equal.
Yeah,
man. So what do we do? This is my first time really doing one of these kind of these wrap ups. Do we talk about the score now?
Yeah. So now we get to reveal who won the battle, which is pretty epic. So I'll get Arlo to do a recap on the scores while we show the cards. But before we do that, I just want to shout out to both Lady Hayes and Acro for really stepping up. I know how busy Acro is at the moment because, I am largely responsible for that. But, in the amount of time that he delivered something pretty epic. And I'm sure Lady Hayes is also
awesome
extremely busy and slotting in the time to build that for us. It's an amazing contribution to the competition.
I totally agree, Trevor. And the time that he should have been working. Congratulations.
Drug receipts may or may not have paid for that production. Here we go. Who won? Drum roll, fanfare, and it is. Ta-da!
All right. So the Johnniest, Acro's contribution or Acro submission is the one moving on. And here, right, the propaganda which we've just watched from each of these combatants here was amazing. But that's just one of the criteria that the cards are being measured on, or the teams are being measured on. So obviously, we're also looking at curation. And when I say we, this is just what everybody's voting on, because we are not the judges here. We have votes to cast like anyone else, but this is determined by the entire electorate. So also, and on the back of the cards is lore, obviously. So each of these combatants provided lore as well. And so between all three of those things, the propaganda, the lore, and the curated battle cards, the Johnniest team moves on with a score of 119 against Kill Pills, which drew 63.
And that's just such a tough draw for Lady Hayes as well. Like, that's a pretty tough draw to come up against. And I like that about the bracketed system. It's random. So, some people are going to get soft draws, some are going to get tough ones. But yep, awesome, brilliant.
And no matter, since it's single elimination and it is working its way toward the final, even if you end up with a softer draw, as Brooke says, there's no easy path to the finals. You're going to have to go 100%. Against really tough competition in order to make it to the end. Even making it into the final eight is going to be, if you win your entire division, you're going to have to get through some real tough competition.
Are we going to do one of these every day? I think
we are.
I came up. Yeah, I was like, this is a terrible idea. This is, I mean, it's terrible.
You
We'll have
think
to
it's a
listen to
terrible
it.
idea. I'm in Australia next week, so this is going to be like a 4 a.m. event for me
Gee, what were we thinking?
while I'm on holidays.
Okay, well,
I'll be
listen,
doing it like this because everybody will be asleep in my house.
we'll see
So
how
I'll
it
be doing
goes.
nice
But
and quietly.
I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. It's just going to be the three of us watching this by day 16. Oh my God. Maybe not even that. Maybe it'll be
Alright.
down to just the two of us. Like one of us will be reading something else
Yeah.
while we're doing it.
Yeah. It'll
almost
be
there.
Brooke on mute while he's in a Zoom call in America
Right.
somewhere
Think
and
about
me frantically trying to keep everybody entertained. All right, let's move on to the next battle or we will be here all morning. So the second battle of the matchup, let's see who won. Here comes the reveal. 3, 2, 1, and Airless Glory took on Rare Bands. Arlo, with your recap.
Well, you can see one thing that we're waiting for here is to see if any of these are double agents. That will be revealed in these cards. We'll be announcing it on these shows. And so far, we haven't seen any double agents revealed here. A double agent, to just remind you, if that card that gets burnt out, when someone is eliminated, they will also be designated as a double agent. The double agents are distributed randomly throughout the competition. No one knows if they're up against a double agent. You won't know a double agent until they've been defeated. So far, through the first 2 rounds, through the first 2 divisions, we have not seen a double agent revealed yet. There are 4 of them scattered out throughout the first round, throughout all of the 32 competitions. So we just have not encountered one yet. But here, yes, Airless Glory Limited defeated Rare Bands by a score of 109 to 92.
Yeah.
Rare Bands, I believe, actually was pretty neck and neck in the early going, and Airless Glory Limited, I think, started to pull away in the later hours.
And I know that this is like a family show, but an Airless Glory, don't Google that. I did. That's a very special sexual move. So
I hope that's not true. That better not be true.
What was the top link that came up in your Google search there?
I mean,
I think anything with the word glory in it is going to have bad results.
it's actually.
But
Listen,
I don't think Airless Glory is a real thing. I hope
it
not.
is now. It is. In fact, give me 15 to 20
should
minutes.
be.
I'll be back. Hold on. Gonna do it.
The Airless Glory. Well, it'll be good to see that now that you've coined the Airless Glory, given it a whole new direction in their propaganda. I'm sure we'll be seeing some very interesting footage coming over the next battles as they
Wife
progress.
doesn't know what's coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you got any ideas of what an Airless Glory might be?
Yeah, Airless. No,
No hands? Have you got a
immediately.
swing or something in the house? Or
If you've spent enough time in and around K Road and the back alleys of K Road, you know what an Airless Glory is, mate.
yeah, K Road is a world famous street now, so even the people in the States should know
Yeah,
about
that's
K Road. Top 10 street in the world. Okay, next round. Let's have a look and see how we went down and if there was any secret agents revealed. Here we go.
Trevor, I don't suppose you have any interest in knowing the results of this round, but that is our very own Trevor. That's his team moving on. Floor Swept Sicarios defeated Love Taker and Heartbreaker by a final tally of 109 to 70. So a fairly decisive win there for Trevor. Very nicely curated card. Great lore. And Trevor has been flooding the Discord with what do you call it style music? Brazilian reggaeton? I don't know. What do you call it?
Bali funk. So it's Brazilian funk music. Yeah, I thought I would pull out all stops. There's nothing like beautiful Brazilian women in thong bikinis, to use that word correctly, and I'm Australian, to rally the votes, I thought. So, having an insight into the demographics of our audience, I kind of played to that strength.
I should have known that was yours with the Brazilian references. I'm going into all of these, and I'm doing it intentionally, trying to not know who I'm trying to judge it purely on the work. But had I known that was yours, I wouldn't have voted for it, and everything could have been different.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Your vote would not have swayed the results, so I won't take that personally, Brooke. But now that you know who they are, I'm not expecting to live through round 2.
We're such a tight-knit community that I appreciate the idea that the team is involved in this, and you couldn't have stopped. You guys are so, you've spent months getting ready for this. It would have been awful if we'd said you weren't allowed to be in it. But If you win it, is there like some downside if you win it? Well, I don't know what we get to do to you if one of you guys win. What happens?
Oh, well, that's kind of there's not a downside to winning. I mean, there is a downside for
We
people
shave
that
his
are on
head.
the
If
team.
Trevor wins, we shave his beautiful mane.
There we go. I'm
So
happy
there-
with that. If I win,
Yeah.
I'll shave my head.
No,
Here,
no,
you
I
heard
will
it here.
shave your head. I think
Brooke
you
will shave it
deserve
live
me.
on the daily recap or the final daily recap, and because we'll all be so exhausted from doing daily recaps by the final one that
It'll be the
Brooke will
daily
want to
recap.
shave my head whether I win or
Yeah,
lose.
that's right.
So,
Okay.
Brooke, people that are on the Drug Receipts team are not eligible to win the runner-up prize or the grand prize. They can win all the titles and the accolades, but the actual prizes in the prize pool will move down to the next qualified or eligible participant.
Okay.
There are some prizes. There are some special side things on the line for our team, but
They
there's
get
not
to keep their job. If they win, if they lose their
For a
first
start,
battle, they're out.
If fucking Acro loses, or if Acro loses, we're
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, brilliant.
No pressure,
Good.
buddy. Okay, here we go. The final battle from yesterday's roundup. Here, let's have a look and see who won. Freed from addiction. Nice.
Yeah, Freed from Addiction takes out the Gold Throne Queen. I love the lore on both of these,
Yeah.
actually, for different reasons. But the final tally on this one was 128 to 52. And Freed from Addiction has tapped into a really pretty clever idea. I mean, it's lore that is, in the service of like a public good. And so it makes you feel good voting for it. But it also, I mean, it's a pretty clever. I'm not trying to take a cynical tack here and saying that that they've adopted this line just to manipulate the voting or to ensure that they go far. But if you were, it's not a bad way to do it, right? You almost feel bad voting for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's well, these are the tactics, we've all got to figure out our strategies. We talked about this yesterday. Some people are voting for the team that they think is the weakest so that they progress through, and then they end up fighting weaker teams in the competition. I'm not sure how well that strategy is working out for people, but that is a strategy. And then, as the owners of teams, you've got to do what you can. Like, you have to resort to Brazilian funk to try and rally some votes.
You're telling me that listen, if more of you just posting in the Brazilian thongs, I don't know where I was going with that. It was
no, you didn't.
Hey, what do you guys think? You think that the not showing the tally before the votes that worked yesterday, right? I think it did. I think it made it more interesting and exciting by voting.
It definitely helps for the voting as each individual voter. It helps you, not to be influenced or biased. But again, the thing that we kind of anticipated, it makes it a little more confusing or a little less user friendly just from a spectating point of view, or for people that haven't cast votes. But I think that the trade off is worth it. I think that for the voting, it is better.
Yeah. So, I mean, you saw my little note, maybe, I don't know, you put a question mark or something in there. I don't know. Not 0, because it looks like no one's voted yet.
We've been experimenting with that. If anyone has a good idea of what a good placeholder would be, we're open.
Have you ever seen an Airless Glory? It'd be amazing just to have in front of those.
Just a GIF on rotation of an Airless Glory.
I'll send you a photo in a couple of...
please do. We're all
minutes.
looking forward to that. Okay, moving on. So today's matchups. These battles are now live in the official Drug Wars Battle Arena, so you can go and vote. Let's have a look at who's fighting it out at the moment. Okay. We have Air Raid Resurrected taking on the Generative Degenerates, which is a great...
it's a great name, isn't it?
Great name, yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. Search and Rescue is a Rex Riders team taking on the OTG Knapsack 4-pack, which might end up being a lyric in a MC Nicely song or a No Cap We at War song soon. The URL to IRL plays Fundibulum Gum Squad, which is a really interesting name. Well, I had to Google that one, so we've got some interesting thoughts on that in a minute. And No Cap We at War taking on the Drug Brella Academy. Gentlemen, what do we think of the matchup going on at the moment?
It's good. It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm going to give live feedback here as we're going, but I think actually instead of showing that card for the upcoming matchups, you may as well just share your screen and we can just go through them in the actual battle arena. I think it'll be a better way of looking at them.
Yeah. Do you think I don't want to I just
I
wouldn't
do
want
have
to
them.
influence people too much, you know?
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
well, we
So
can't see the voting, so we don't know
There's
who's,
no
who's
votes.
winning and who's losing.
No,
Yeah.
but we'd be commenting on it, like even just now, right? Just what we did, where we kind of like we're like, that's a great name. It's kind of influencing, right?
Well, I do have them
mean,
as individual cards to show, so we can go through them like this if you want to, or I can do a screen share and,
Oh
and
yeah, I think
showcase the battle
that's the way
arena.
to go. That's the way to do
I would just share the battle arena. I mean, it's such a great looking battle arena. We've got it. We may as well use it. And then also we can you can scroll down and it'll show you the results from the last one too. Or we can look at the bracket really quickly.
Okay.
Right,
Just
here we
for the
go.
next one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that works.
exactly.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
with
that's
you. Okay, and then Arlo, did you want like how much foot do you want in there on the side? Okay, what do we got here? See, yeah, that's great. Okay, done.
I'd like to see in the comment section, anybody who'd like to see more of Brooke's feet, you can drop a comment in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and follow along.
Also, let
Invite
me
your
know if
family,
you can
invite
hold your
friends.
breath. If you can hold your breath for over a minute and a half, which is the required amount of time for Neil's glory.
Okay, yeah. So let's run through them real quick. Yeah, cool.
Let's go.
Air Raid
So,
Resurrected.
Air Raid Resurrected take on the Generative Degenerates. What do we like here? Any shout outs, any call outs? Again, we're not biased or influencing voting here. We're just discussing the battles at hand.
I don't think we do that, right?
Yeah, I don't think we need. I think that the commentary is better afterwards, after it doesn't influence
moving
voting.
along. Yep, go through. Yep, we can just title them up.
Search and Rescue take on the OTG Knapsack 4-pack. And just as a reminder, if you're watching along and you are new to this space and haven't seen and have no idea what the fuck we're doing here with Drug Wars, you can jump into the battle arena. You can investigate these cards. This is a beautifully curated card. You can flip the card with the very obvious button here that says flip. And then you can enjoy reading a little bit more about the lore behind each team, which is in my opinion, a huge factor in the decision-making process and a big feature of the game. And then you can have a look at some of the interesting trait-related characteristics, including rank, for the receipts that are used in the team. So please investigate and make a decision
Trevor,
based
I will
on...
give one note on this one. This is a two Rex Riders teams facing each other. They're all Rexes.
Oh, wow. That's
Rex
cool.
against Rex. That is a good thing. Yeah. That will be interesting. Rex will win in the end, I think. Yeah. That's my vote.
Rex can't lose.
And you
Rex
know what?
Can't
the
lose.
Other thing, if you haven't built a set yet, it is so much fun. Like I've still been trying to. I don't know what I'm going to do. There's so much pressure. You guys have done such good jobs that I mean, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just not clever enough. Moving along.
Just show your feet and you'll win. Okay,
that
next
is
battle
a cool set. Now, I'm not saying which one, but that's a cool set.
Yeah, so there's URL to IRL and Fundibulum Gum Squad. And for those of you, we did do a little Google search. We believe the meaning of Fundibulum to be to pour out, catapult, slinging, or hurling machine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So there you go. Some sort of hurling gum squad machine there for the battle. And the final round in the current battles is No Cap, We're at War taking on the Drug Umbrella Academy.
I'm a big fan of the music from one of these. I just got to start it again. I was like, stop it, Brooke. Hey, dear. Dear's in the chat now.
Yeah.
Good to see you, dear.
So there we have it. That's the current live battles, and it'll be interesting to see what the propaganda looks like over the next 21 hours ish that we've got left in this fight.
Yes.
There we are. Is that the end of our recap? There was one more thing that I wanted to show, but you guys talk amongst yourselves while I find that one thing that I wanted to show.
Well, I'd give this. What would you give the recap out of 10, Arlo, today? If yesterday was like, let's say a 2. What would you give today?
Thanks very much, Brooke.
I think it's good, Brooke. I think that the tighter we get it, the tighter, the leaner we get it, the shorter it is, the quicker we get through the hits. I think the better it'll get. And today we're already 15 minutes shorter than yesterday, so yes. I think it's getting tighter and tighter.
So this is so exciting from the gentleman who does the 3-hour podcast. I can't believe that we've finally.
So there's a time and a place for that. This is not it.
I love it. Well, listen, you guys have an amazing day. We will see you all in the Discord. Start your Discord leveraging if you're in the battles today. Good luck. God bless.
Yeah, and no, what's it called? No double agents today, so they're still out there.
Oh, wow.
They're still out
Okay.
there. Yeah. Before we finish, I just wanted to touch base on this. So this is a reveal. Here it is. This is, if you are voting in the Drug Wars competition, every vote that you cast is an entry to win this particular fluff.
Ah,
which is
cool.
a pretty awesome
Wow.
prize.
I mean, it's just such a big deal, isn't it? So good.
Yeah, I think it's massive. The opportunity to win a fluff just by participating in the Drug Wars, even if you don't have a team or you're not even part of the community, whatever, you can just come in, have a go, and you might take out that fluff might end up in your wallet.
Yeah, and keep the voting. I don't know how to tackle this subject, but don't be cynical with voting, or don't be, keep it within the vibe of what we do. The biggest challenge in any one of these digital voting things where there's a lot up for grabs is to make sure everything's above the board. This is a tight-knit community that cares for each other. Vote and behave with that in mind.
Yes.
That is all I
So
will
I'll
say.
add to that, because the letter of the law currently is one wallet, one vote. The spirit of the competition is one person, one vote. So we hope that everybody is kind of honoring the spirit of competition here and is operating in good faith.
Well, that's the spirit of the community, right?
Great.
That's what we're building here is much bigger than this one moment. And winning or losing one of these things isn't as important as when you're playing poker with your mates, you could always cheat. And we had a guy, one of our friends got caught cheating in the home poker game.
No way.
But now his life is now,
lame.
unfortunately, his life was completely affected by it forever.
Right.
Like his whole life has been changed by it. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you. But
there may be consequences, right?
This is an amazing community that is really, really passionate about looking after each other and helping each other and rewarding each other for doing good work. And it's the blockchain. It is so easy to see if something's going on. Okay. On that note, it's not the right note to leave it on, but it is a note to leave it on.
Look, good luck to all of the people that are fighting over the next 21-ish hours. I look forward to seeing all of the Discord commentary, the shit talking, the big propaganda drops. This is your moment. You've only got 21 hours to pull in as many votes as you possibly can. Any wallet holder in the ecosystem can vote for you. So get out there and drum up some support. And good luck to the winners. There is a close-up for the foot fetishists of Howard Smith's very unattractive foot. If you're into that, you really need to look at yourself in the mirror. I'm going to close the show with what I opened the show with because I just think it's so fucking cool. And so good luck, everybody. And bye for now. We'll see you tomorrow on the next recap. Ciao.
See y'all.
We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.